Welcome to the Walk and Talk podcast hosted by Dave and Tom, your home for real stories from real people, encouraging our listeners to speak up about everyday struggles and bringing some positivity to your day. This podcast is powered by Engage Socials. Keep up to date on social media for new episodes. Follow us on Instagram at Walk and Talk Pod and find us on Facebook at Walk and Talk Podcast.
Hello, I'm Dave.
Hello, I'm Tom.
I'm Elly.
And tonight it's our first studio podcast
With a guest.
We've done one, me and you, which was quite a while ago now.
Yep.
And we've been waiting for this moment. And we met Elly in Birchwood when we did the Warrington Wellbeing event, which was a fantastic day.
Lots of amazing people that day, didn't we?
Remember when you said we need to go?
Yes.
And now we're sat here doing a podcast, our first studio podcast.
You get a feeling, don't you,
Yeah.
sometimes, and it's got feeling that you've got to go and do something. And
Definitely.
nothing was going to stop us from doing it. So we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Here we are.
So, do you want to do a quick introduction of yourself and what your background?
Yeah.
And why was you at the Wellbeing Festival?
So, I'm Elly. I am the head coach and CEO of Revenge Boxing, female-only boxing club. First of all, I met Tom and Dave at the Warrington Wellbeing Festival.
Yeah.
How long ago was it?
I'm not good with time.
Sully?
How long ago was it? Everything's a blur.
Yeah,
My
it
life's
was
a
a really
blur.
good day, wasn't it?
It was.
The weather was nice and everything. And I wasn't going to go that day, actually.
Right?
Because I was scheduled to have an operation, actually. But then it got rescheduled for a few weeks later. So, yeah, I ended up going. It was a really good day. And then I met you guys and asked to be on your podcast, which was really random. Because you were doing the shout outs.
Yeah, we've been compared, so there wasn't
It was, yeah.
First time
We tried.
it's the first time we've done it in public like that. We've
that,
done it
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
But it was a good day for us. We enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Got the presentation nights and all that.
Yeah. So that was really random because I thought they look all right. So I thought,
Look, all right. I take it as a compliment, I think.
yeah. So I thought, sod it, I'm just going to ask to be
Good
on the
on you.
podcast and put myself out there, which is always a good thing.
And a lot of people did come up to us and ask, actually, to be fair, didn't they? Which I was overwhelmed with and felt really blessed.
Yeah.
But you did stick out to us from that day.
Well, was this the first person we've done it with, which we said is there's probably a purpose which we'll obviously get to in a bit of revenge boxing and what it's about and the reason that you've started that.
We really wanted a lady as well.
Yeah.
Really?
We did, because we have discussed before, we've got our points of view and our experiences, what have you, but there's so many experiences that we are not able to have, it's impossible to have, and come from a viewpoint of being a female. Yeah. And we thought, we can talk about us all day and talk about men and mental health with men, but
It's good to know what it's like on the other side, isn't it?
And the one reason we're doing this is that we want to learn a lot more about everybody, people, and different experiences, and obviously, a woman's experience is going to be can possibly be quite different from a man's point of view.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself then, because you're a mum. Obviously, you started the business.
Yeah. So I started the business really through my own mental health journey, which I'm very open about. Everyone that knows me knows I'm just wear my heart on my sleeve. And so basically, growing up, I was really, really badly bullied at school. I mean, my mental health issues probably go back further than that, to when my parents separated, which was quite a difficult time.
How old was she then?
I think it was about 14, 15. So that always sticks out in my mind as being a difficult period.
Definitely a trauma for somebody at that age.
100%.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And my parents were at 15, 16 as well, and as I recognise it now, of being a huge moment in my life.
It shaped everything for me.
Yeah.
You know, the way I view relationships, my marriage, my relationship with my own daughters. It shaped my whole life for me, really, that moment.
Is that more of in a positive way, or is that more of you always have a guard up? How How?
I wouldn't say a guard, but it's definitely given me some sort of something to go off. I view it as a positive.
Right.
Even that negative experience for me is
your
turned into a
strength.
positive. It's 100% my strength, but that's just the way I've taken
Yeah.
it to use it. Some people wouldn't.
No.
But I think it's just because I'm such an open person. And then I was bullied through school. I always found it really hard to connect with people as well through school. I'm a very chatty person. Always happy to share and make friends with people, but I prefer to be on my own. So I do find it hard to connect with people, and I was bullied quite badly when I started secondary school. So I just always found it hard to connect with people.
And what's that name calling or physical?
Physical,
really?
And that really.
Is that by women or
Yeah,
like,
by women.
right.
So I think ever since then, being around groups of women has always been really difficult for me, because that always sticks in my mind that that I don't fit in.
Yeah.
Because
And
ever
you
since
still
that
feel like
moment, I
that
still feel
in
like that because I was so
situations.
severely bullied, which is going to sound weird going down the line, because I teach huge groups of women how to box, which is really strange. But jumping forward, when I had my first daughter years down the line, sort of mid-20s, I had really, really severe postnatal depression. I mean, really severe. And as a consequence of that, I had an eating disorder. So again, mental health and all those sorts of, bad thoughts. And
But you had this image before, and like a lot of parents do, of what it's like to have a baby, and how this dream and how it's going to be perfect, and you can see it in my arms, and it's going to be beautiful and sunshine and rainbows, and I think we have these. I think I blame Disney. I do, to be fair. They have a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
But we have these ideas, and if you're sane of mind and you having no mental health problems, it's bloody hard, isn't it? Like from the start.
Yeah.
And I can't.
I thought it was. Yeah. I thought you're right. I thought it was going to be amazing, and
It's
going to have this.
It's supposed to be.
And I was having this daughter, and it was just going to be perfect, and it just wasn't. And struggled to connect with her. I was, I had this eating disorder. I was. Not a lot of people know this. This is like a bit of an exclusive, but I was drinking a lot when I had her.
Yeah.
And I was on my own. I was bringing her up on my own for the first 12 months, because my husband was in the forces. He was in the Navy, so he was down south. I was on my own with this baby. I'd put her to bed, and I'd get on the drink. Like, no one really knows this about me, but I did have a drinking problem.
How long did that last for?
Probably about six months, until I got the balls and went to the doctor, and I thought, sorry, I don't know if you're allowed to swear.
Say whatever you want, love.
Just have done.
Go for it. We are nuns, especially on a Sunday.
And I was like, oh, this is wrong. This, like, there's something. I'm not connecting with this baby. I'm drinking. I'm losing weight. I'm not eating. It's not right. And then I had this like post-traumatic stress
and
disorder.
Obviously, there doesn't have to be a certain thing that brings that on. That just happens, But is there anything for you where you specifically a moment or?
So what had happened was, it was actually, I can say PTSD then. Well, it was a form of PTSD, but having the baby, it was actually delayed from what had happened growing up.
So you think it brought that flooding
trauma,
back type? Yeah.
Flooded back, and then it all came back to me when I had my little girl. I'd spent years and years and years of my childhood suppressing it, as you do as a child.
You don't understand it, do you?
No.
As a child, you don't know how to show the emotion or understand what's right and wrong feelings. I think that's what we get confused about as kids.
Yeah.
We think this is normal.
Yeah.
Or is this normal? But we're not really sure, and we have these situations we go through that can be really distressing and traumatic.
Yeah.
We don't know how to deal with it very well as a child, do we?
No. And what happens is, as a kid, the only way you know how to cope with it is to suppress your feelings, to keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd done for years, and then it would all come out of me when I'd had my little girl. So the eating disorder and the drinking and everything like that was the way of me getting it all out, basically.
So the moment that you went to the doctors, did you go?
Yeah. So I went to the doctor, and it was the usual, like, well, take these tablets and you'll be fine.
Classic.
Yeah,
Take
well,
these tablets.
that's the answer to everything. Isn't
We
it?
talked about this before, didn't we? Just
Loads,
before we've recorded this tonight, we was having a chat, me and Tom, and about medication, because we're actually going to do a podcast with a woman who's 96 called Jean.
She takes nothing.
Tom does a garden.
She doesn't take a thing. She doesn't take anything. She's on no tablets for nothing.
But this is what, just going back to what you said.
I know my own body, she said. They make me feel a bit poorly. I don't want to take them. And she's absolutely fine.
96-year-old.
And it could be a freak of nature, but I just find that quite interesting. And yeah, we then got into the conversation about tablets.
But going back to, obviously, with what you're saying, you go to the doctors and
they give you and did the tablets work to a degree for you?
To a degree. I mean, they did make me feel quite numb, but they did help me in some respects.
I feel like, when I went to the doctors and I spoke about my depression and anxiety, it really did help for a short amount of time. It's something I really actually needed in that moment, because I was not going to go to a group. I was not going to talk to anybody. I was not going to do. It's these things that I know now are so healthy for me to do. At that moment, I can't say anything else, but it was an impossible thing to do, to go out for a walk and do whatever.
Yeah.
But somehow I managed to drag myself to the doctors one day, and I think the tablets at that moment in my life was very, very necessary. For that short amount of time.
I needed it then and there because I had a baby to be responsible for. I needed to stop drinking and needed to get my arse into gear. I needed it then and there, and it did help for that short amount of time. But the thing is with antidepressant medication is it gets to a level and then it just
it doesn't solve a problem, does it?
A bit more. So
you obviously had a like you talked about, a trauma.
Yeah, it
taking
was a
tablets,
trauma.
It does not solve the actual issue. Doesn't solve the trauma. Action, doing something different, can do, but the tablets wouldn't.
Yeah. So what I did was, when I sorted that out, felt a bit better. When you're going back like 10 years, over 10 years ago now, I started boxing. So I'd done.
Go on, girl.
So I'd done bits of boxing growing up anyway. Just in and out of gyms and stuff like that. I was always a gym bunny. I was always really like sporty and I loved things like that. And done like boxercise and classes and things like that in and out of the gym growing up. But I went to a really old school boxing gym in Wythenshawe, in Manchester, where
run round there, isn't it?
Yeah. So not where I grew up, but where my husband grew up. But we knew of the gym, and we knew it was a really good gym. So signed up to these classes, and because I knew I was going to get a really good workout, and I knew it was something that I would enjoy. So I used to drive back from Northwich to Wythenshawe just to go to this gym on a Sunday morning. When my husband was back from like on his weekend leave kind of thing, and he absolutely used to love it. It was the best workout ever, and it just used to like make me feel alive. And
legal high, isn't it?
Oh God, it was most underrated antidepressant ever.
Yeah.
Because it used to bring me used to make me forget about all my worries, all the shit I was going through. I wasn't mum anymore. I was Elly again. Could be with my peers, and I was getting praised for something I was actually really good at. It was just the best workout ever. And so we did that for about 6 months. And then me being me.
And where, after these 6 months, where was your mental health at then?
So much better.
And was it, and you put a lot down to the boxing and to the exercise?
But going back to what we just said then about the medication side, it's a business side where they just, in that moment it helped you. But if you knew the effects of taking the medication compared to going to boxing, you'd have done the boxing all day and forget the medication. 100%.
But that's the thing. I wasn't on antidepressants that long.
But to get to the part to go to boxing, you possibly need the medication to get to that moment, maybe.
Possibly. But at the same time, I think if we're trained and taught to do and be more active, Because to go for a
100%.
walk, to do boxing in a park is free, isn't it?
Your first
Yeah.
bit of advice would be to, and then you can work out where somebody's at, is to go and do something active, maybe positive.
But we always find,
But unfortunately, we, in our opinion, is the first point of call is
It's
always
the doctors.
that, and there should be a lot more alternative
I think
options.
10 years ago, the first port of call was to go to the doctor.
Yeah, oh, it is.
But
And I
now-
encourage anybody, if anybody
Yeah.
is struggling or anyone is in a situation, to go to the
but
doctors 100%.
I believe 10 years on, it's moved forward a little bit.
There's a lot of
And I
alternatives.
think the alternatives are, it's moved forward in that, like, you know,
There's other ways.
There's other
Look
ways.
at the wellbeing day that we went to.
Yeah,
That's a massive example, isn't it?
for example, things like Reiki, holistic therapies,
Yeah.
they're far more encouraged.
It's working for people, isn't it?
Yeah. So personally, I believe it's moved forward since 10 years on.
100%.
There's just back then there was no help in the community other than go to your GP, and take the pill. No holistic therapists were never mentioned to me.
No.
I didn't know about Reiki or
which has been around for decades from when we spoke to that woman.
Decades is 10 years. It's been around for
yeah.
thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah.
It really has.
So anyway, cut long story short, go to these classes for a good 6 months or whatever. Absolutely loved it.
Love that.
Really got back to feeling me again, not just Elly the mum or just
a spare part, basically.
Just a spare part. I thought, right, you know what? I can do this. I can bring this to Northwich where I live, because there's got to be loads of other women feeling like shit, having postnatal depression or a trauma or domestic abuse or some sort of mental health issue that could come to these classes that I could run. I could do they could come to my classes 2-3 times a week, feel better, maybe get off some medication, or just come, punch, kick the shit out of stuff, and just go home and feel like a new person. So I went and got my coaching badges, but I'm like that, May. Once I get an idea in my head, I can't get it out.
Imagine me and her together.
Oh God.
My
yeah,
God.
but see, this is where
I've got an idea while she was sat there. I was thinking,
I don't want to know.
I was thinking then, you said punch the shit out of stuff. We could do a charity thing where me and you put like some suit on.
I've got one. I've like
women
a
can
belt.
twat us.
I've got
make a fortune.
I've got a body armour. You could put it on.
We could do that for charity.
If people want to come punch us,
you
have to just like
donate a fiver,
put some money into there.
Yeah,
you can
I've got
punch her.
two.
Have you?
I need to make sure I've got a gun shield, because I know about 10 women that would happily come and sleep overnight just to punch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drive my husband insane with my ideas. I wake up in the morning and my brain is like, and he's like, Elly, will you just shut up?
No, I can't be doing that. He just
wants to like.
But this is again off air. We were talking about ADHD because we all have it in this room. We all it's like if there was a Richter scale in it, it'd be like
I've got issues.
We've got issues. And that's kind of where me and you are relatable, because once I get an idea in my head, like that thing I just mentioned,
you won't drop it.
I'll do it for charity and get absolutely levered.
But then I make myself ill with my ideas. Right. I make myself
I have to pay to punch you or not,
because I can't drop them, and then I've got almost like no boundaries. I don't know if you struggle with boundaries, but I really have to.
Oh, he does, yeah. He struggles with boundaries.
I go out. I want to help so many people all the time, and then it just gets ridiculous. So
there is only a certain amount you can do.
Yes.
How do you switch off then? What's your like coping mechanism to switch off?
I literally don't, and till I get burnout. I get burnout nearly every day.
You don't want to go there. They rarely do you, ideally.
Yeah, but again, like, it is bad. This is where, like, say about ADHD, that is one of the major signs of ADHD is burnout. Because you do too much too quickly, and then you end up having to go have time out too
My
much.
day was Sunday.
I can relate to that very much.
All day on the couch. I have one day of a week, one day of a month, I reckon.
Dave, you never in?
No, well, that's what, for Sunday I was on the couch. Well, I was in bed and went on the couch straight away. I was on the couch till 7 at night.
And why was that?
Because I was burnt out.
Because your head was burnt out.
Burnt out. I was
It's
physically,
your head,
mentally tired.
Just ticking up.
I get that a lot. That's when I ignore you.
Yeah, that's probably every day then, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I get burnt out most days. Yeah, yeah, I can't cope anymore. I can't
I'm
deal with
the
life
same,
I can't deal with life for another minute today. I just need to.
And it is good to switch off.
I put my phone somewhere else, and I just ignore people, and I feel really bad about it. But I just feel like that's exactly
No, you
what
have
I've got to do, or else I will not cope. I will not be able to do anything.
So being a
until I
mum
do.
with that then, because we have a lot of women that come on the walks that have got kids, and this is why we wanted to do this, not just with men, with women as well, because like we said before, it's important for us to understand what it's like being a woman with obviously what you've been through, with the struggles that you still have day to day. How do you then kind of switch off from the boxing to being a mum, to being a wife, to how does that work?
Yeah, that transformation. Is that an easy thing to do, or is it?
No, it's you just do it. Like you just really do it. Like with work, I've never really switched off with work. To be fair,
Is your full time work the boxing?
Not full time. So I have at the minute I have 7 classes a week, and it's a franchise now as well.
Right.
I did see that. Fantastic on your website.
Yeah, so we've franchised it now as well. So it's only been franchised the last 7 months. So we're just going through stages of recruitment, trying to find the right people to franchise to, basically.
It has got to be the right people, haven't it?
Absolutely.
It really does. Yeah. They've got to have the same ethos and morals and vision
same
of yourself.
morals and same same everything, basically, same
journey,
values.
Yeah,
because it's my baby.
Yeah, of course.
Really. And it's we work with people that are a lot of mental health issues.
Obviously, we spoke obviously at the Wellbeing Day, and obviously we've looked at Instagram and looked at the website, but like how inspiring is that? Obviously, what Elly's doing now. I've got a daughter, you've got a daughter,
Wow.
And I wouldn't have known, until you said it that you've got that.
I don't know that's available.
No, but it's good to know that there's people like yourself, which is truly, truly, truly inspiring. Because, like I said, we've all got daughters in here.
Yeah.
And
it's personal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my goal with the franchise.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you: is what is your goal?
When have you finished? When is it? Is it ever mission complete or?
No.
Not with her ADHD.
No.
No, it'll never be. Be in my 60s and 70s and still be like pushing it out there and doing more stuff. But so yeah, that's my goal. Obviously, with the franchise, is to bring on like-minded women like myself who want to grow this with me and share my vision for revenge to just help more women and girls who need what we can offer them, because at the end of the day I'm only one person here. I can't do all this on my own, and I want to give more safe spaces to more women, more girls.
That is a problem when you care a lot. You want to help everybody, don't you?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you. I can tell you can. You want to help everybody and everyone.
Especially girls with gloves. That is just, that's our biggest selling program.
Well, I just know how many people need that, and something
it's
similar.
So
not don't have to be exactly that, but some sort of collective group, and obviously.
Tell us where it's based.
So we're based at the moment. We're based in Northwich in Lostock.
Yeah.
And then Girls with Gloves. We're getting that into schools. That's going to be a schools program as well.
Fantastic.
But obviously when we start taking on more franchisees, that's going to be rolling out into more schools as well. So yeah.
You really can see how it could shape people's lives. I just keep having these images of this certain individual, and you're in school and you've never done boxing before.
I'd love my daughter to do it. She's only 5. But the world that we're living in now.
But again,
if we're taught, and this is what we talk about school, if we're taught stuff like this in school over a period of time, the mental health rate will naturally drop because we'll be doing more natural things like this.
It becomes a habit
and
for life,
becomes a habit.
Yeah, because you started it young. I think it's so important to start introducing things to people when they're young, because then it's not just, I'll give it a go, what have you, it becomes a routine.
Yeah.
And it becomes a norm as well.
Really, really inspiring.
Well, it is, and it's more any story where it's come from something traumatic or something terrible, and I see somebody come back, and not just come back, just absolutely smashing it, from such a dark place where you've been, and now to be doing so well with it, and still so passionate and helping so many other people. bad things happen in the countries, and things are happening now politically and whatever. But you do always see when something really bad happens, when there can be the best thing can grow out of it. Sometimes you have to be in a bad situation, and it can be unfortunately really bad. But because of that trauma, that how low or how down you are, that gives you even more strength sometimes. It depends how you use it. But I think certain individuals without that trauma, without that negative experience, wouldn't be what the strength of that now.
Totally.
So there is.
You learn from your mistakes. You learn from that. You do learn more from like the negative things.
You wouldn't wish it on anybody, would you? You wouldn't wish it on anybody in the world. But would you say you feel grateful for having negative experiences that you have?
They may be who I am today.
Yeah.
100%. I left school with 1 GCSE.
Yeah.
I've now got my own business and I've franchised it.
Nice.
It's like up and down the country, UK wide, and that's only come from
your past,
my past, what's happened to me, learning from it and turning the negative into a positive. Not many people can do that. Do you know what I mean? I've put myself through all my own qualifications. I've go on at least one course a year. I've paid thousands and thousands of pounds in mentorship, to be better for other people.
Well, that's what some of the most successful people in the world have said from obviously the last 12 months that we've or just under 12 months, is that you've got to invest in yourself first. Before you do anything, you've got to invest in yourself.
It's
and that's something where
thing, isn't it?
Us three, being Sully, Tom and myself, is that I've got huge problems at the minute with my relationship with my partner, and I've got to invest in myself to make my kids right and to make her right as well.
Yeah.
But
you've got to do you first.
I've got to do me first.
Yeah, that is the 100% the main thing. No one can survive or thrive unless you're number one. You have to. It's like a pie chart.
Yeah.
Every piece of the pie chart has to
relate.
Be okay. But you have to be okay first. You have to do you first.
But sometimes and this is kind of obviously just going on that, is like you don't realise that, but when you talk about your story and when you've put it like you have, whereby you've used your negative experience to grow your own business and you've invested in yourself to make yourself better. Now look at what you've achieved. Over how long have you been doing this for?
So 6.5 years I've had my business, but
which is then
how old's your daughter, can I ask?
My daughter's 9.5.
So 9.5 years ago.
Yeah.
You went through the experiences you did with the drink.
Yeah.
And with postnatal depression, which is a really serious thing to go through. And
then almost a decade later.
Now you're telling us that you set up a boxing.
Are you proud of yourself for what you've achieved?
Yeah, but I don't give myself. I don't stop. I don't give myself praise. I don't.
Oh, please do.
I'm terrible for it. I don't. But I was watching a podcast the other day. I can't remember who it was. Who was it now? It was someone like really. I can't remember who it was, and they said like part of their trauma is they never give themselves praise.
Any self-praise.
Never congratulate themselves. Nothing. Just keep going and going and going. So I think that's part of my problem, is that I don't stop and I'm just on to the next thing.
And you should do self-praise, and we've talked about this on a previous podcast that we've done.
For me, the word reflection, and I think through reflection you kind of give yourself. I think you've got to have a moment where you look and think, I'm doing all right. You've got to remember where you were.
Right, in the 6 years that you've been doing it, you've changed lives.
Yeah, I've helped a lot of people. I've met. I love the best thing about having your own business, being an entrepreneur, is the people you meet along the way. I go to loads of networking groups, and like I say, I've spent a lot in mentorship, and the things I've learned and the people I've met is the best thing. You don't get that in a 9-to-5 job.
No.
You don't. You just sit with the same people, same small nights.
The rat race is what we call it.
Yeah, the 9-to-5 rat race or whatever, shift work, doing the same thing.
Modern day slavery, another way of putting it.
Yeah, and you don't meet anyone outside them four walls or your home office.
That's
or whatever.
not living, is it? It's just not.
And and I left that corporate world to set up my own business, and that's one of the reasons why I've decided to franchise as well. Not just to reach more people and help more people with what we do.
To allow other people to...
Yeah, other mums like me, because I was in a crappy corporate job and my little girl was 2 and I thought, I can't do this anymore. I was I've not mentioned this, but I was a flight attendant.
Before, out of interest?
I don't know if I can say. Virgin.
Oh,
Said
Virgin.
it
There are
now.
other airlines available.
Yeah, there are other ones available, but that was a good one as it goes. But I've done it for years and years, and but when you have kids, it's a different story.
Because you've got to leave them.
Going to like Las Vegas for 4 nights, it just wasn't. And you've got a 2-year-old, it just.
Did you enjoy Las Vegas though?
Yeah, it
Because
was.
we're going next year.
Oh, here we are.
But
Where
you're
should we stay?
like, when you're young and you know you've not got kids,
Yeah.
it's a different story in it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
going to pool parties
party.
and everything.
Oh,
it's-
completely different.
But I wasn't even like that anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a proper home bird.
Right.
And so I just used to like the daytime, like going around the shops and stuff and laying by the pool and everything. But I wouldn't go to the pool. I mean, I went to 1 or 2 pool parties, but I had a long-term boyfriend at the time. Because now I'm married to him. But
How long have you been together? Just out of interest.
16 years.
Oh, I'm glad you're married to him, 'cause that would have been such a waste. It really wouldn't it? So she sat at the side of the pool with a book.
Yeah.
No,
because
I am.
she had a
I'm not
boyfriend.
gonna lie. I am a home bird.
No, is that what you like doing anyway? Is that you
I've always
naturally?
been like that, natural home bird.
Do you
so
drink if you don't mind me asking?
No,
No.
not anymore. No,
Oh.
it just doesn't agree with me.
How long have you not drank for?
It's not like I quit, but
Right.
it's
You've
just
just made a
naturally
conscious
over the
decision.
years just stopped drinking.
Right.
Since
Well,
I
I've stopped
probably
since
about
January.
2 years.
You're
I'm
cutting
getting
down.
really upset with it. Yeah.
That's
'cause
like me. It just
I'm
doesn't.
just really upset. I enjoyed the time. I never go out and have a good time.
We was at
It
the
good
party.
time.
We was at a festival. It was a
Yeah.
party,
But
and
it's
the people that we were with,
Yeah.
they were drinking. It was like, I can't get pissed. What's the
Yeah,
point?
yeah,
I have
yeah.
one
And everybody went
drink.
home stone cold
It
sober.
felt like it, yeah. And then, but I still for like the next 4 days, I
It
still
makes you feel groggy.
my mental health. No,
Oh
not
my
groggy. My
God.
mental health just
Yeah.
plummets.
You
Absolutely
know what
plummets.
it is like?
And I keep doing it to myself. It's like, to me, it's like self harm.
It doesn't
What's the difference?
agree with me, and I'm nearly 38, and it just doesn't agree with me.
No.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I am okay with that. I could go out now and just drive.
That's what you do. I'm
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
no.
quite there yet.
I went. To
I can't
the,
drive so
I
far,
went to the UFC the other day, and it started at. We went at 1 o'clock at
Yeah, it's a
night,
bit weird.
and
This.
it finished at 6
Yeah.
o'clock, and everybody
In the morning.
everybody
So we finished
was
at 6 in the
drinking.
morning.
And I walked out, and it was broad daylight. I was stone cold
And he hadn't
sober.
had a drink, no drugs,
That
no
was
nothing.
no nothing.
Don't get it.
That was hard. That was probably harder than going to Tenerife for 2 weeks and not drinking.
See, if I went on
But I did it.
holiday, I'd have like a few cocktails
yeah.
around the
So you're not
pub in
banning
the
yourself.
day.
But that's a social,
Right.
just slow, take your time.
But yeah, I don't. I've not like I purposely quit or anything. But it just doesn't agree with me now.
More and more
I think.
people are not drinking.
It's not a way to. It's all escapism. Everything's
Of
escapism.
course it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
Because revenge boxing is escapism.
Yeah.
You spoke about it. You wasn't the mum anymore. You whatever. Some people think the only options is to take drugs and drink and party. And for a lot of teenagers, and probably me for a long time, thought that was the only option to escape this horrible rat race.
Is drink.
Is go and have a drink and party, and take some drugs while you're there.
Yeah.
And as I'm getting older, and I want people to realise, a lot younger than I did, it's just so many ways of escapism, because we all need a bit of escapism. The
course.
pressures in life are absolutely horrific for people at times.
I think, and we're now
But the
together.
options, like going to the Wellbeing Festival we talked about, the options, there's hundreds, thousands of options, but we've got to bring it to people's attention. haven't we?
Yeah. We've just got. We've got to do what we're doing now to bring it to attention. So guaranteed.
You know, we
Off the back
things
of
we do
this.
like the yoga, the hot pod yoga. We'd never dream of doing that in a million years. We wouldn't have, would we?
Have you done that?
Recommend
No,
it.
it's
Recommend
not.
it.
Is it?
Yeah.
We're not bendy.
Listen,
Just
look.
look at us. We're not bendy. But Stu,
Well, speak for yourself.
well, you're not bendy, mate.
I'm
You were
bendy.
making noises like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah,
But it was just really good for the mind,
it was.
and that's all
Yeah.
I remember.
When we
Yeah,
when we
there's a
walked
lot
out,
there
we just
for
felt
it.
like
Relaxed.
I'm just going to do the noise. I just felt. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm getting cramp, Dave.
Far
I'm getting
more
cramp.
relaxed than when we were walking in because we were all late.
Yeah.
The fact that
Yeah, that
it was
wasn't good.
6 o'clock start. Obviously,
wasn't
we're
good.
used to them, but yeah, rocking up at
That's 'cause Dave
5
doesn't
past
pick me up.
6, getting shouted at.
Can I have some more water?
Of course you can. I
Thanks
just
to
a
the
bit.
village
I'm
for
a
the
little-
water provided.
Yeah, thank you for the toilet water. Enjoy that, Ella. I've just got cramp, by the way, everyone. I just got cramped.
Believe that,
I said it about 4 times.
We
No
didn't
one was
take you on.
concerned.
We didn't take you on.
No, but seriously, I could have really hurt myself. I don't care. Anyway, what were we saying?
Yoga.
I've got a bad ankle.
Yoga.
No, you have. Don't start with that.
I don't go on about it. I'm gonna get hurt, but
How's your sciatica getting on?
well, it's the same one. I can't feel my sciatica now because of my ankle.
This is Tom talks about this all the time.
No, I don't. The sciatica's gone. It's okay. I've just got a numb left toe, my little toe.
One thing we wanted to always, well, we're going to start asking our guests is like bugbears.
But I've got a slip disc on the right hand side now. I
Oh,
think.
I've got loads of bugbears. I've got.
What irritates you? What really grinds your gears?
Something small.
Is there
That's
anything?
gonna sound really stupid.
No.
but,
Love it.
Love
Can't
stupid.
wait.
So I've always had quite bad OCD.
Yeah.
Since being a kid. But one thing is like, you know, plates that come out of the dishwasher
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
when they smell.
Oh,
Of that dishwasher
I
smell.
can't bear it. I can't.
So what do you
bear
do?
it. So my husband's the cook in the house,
Right.
and
Are you a bad cook?
I can cook. I just choose
Can
not
cook,
to.
won't cook.
It's
Yeah,
not my.
Fair enough. It's not your
He's
forte.
better, yeah.
Hmm.
So I make him like every meal he cooks. I make him like sniff the plates.
Yeah.
He has to sniff every plate.
I want to see if it's acceptable.
Just
Does he know your
put it-
tolerance?
Yeah.
So what? So
he
hang on.
does-
Let's imagine this here, right? What's your husband's name?
Clayton.
So
Right,
Clayton
Clayton.
is in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Sniffing.
Clayton, have you sniffed the plates yet?
So Clayton sniffing.
Right. No,
But I get the smell what
I
you're on
get it.
about because as soon as you open the
It's hot,
dishwasher,
yeah.
it
Oh,
hits you.
I can't
You know,
bear
But
it.
well, I've got something similar there. I cannot. If I there's not enough plates washed or forks washed, I can't then go and wash them and have to use them straight away.
I've got to rinse everything.
No,
Yeah.
I have to go.
We all
I have to go.
have something,
Fran,
don't we?
Fran, there's no forks. You need to wash a fork for me. I need to not see you do it. I just need it dried up there. I need to bring it to me. I don't.
That's
so
class, that though.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Like, can you imagine him standing in the kitchen just
Yeah.
sniffing stuff?
What forks?
Does he do that when
everything.
people come round?
Right.
Cups as well. So like today he made me. What did he make me?
You must.
Like a
Are you
muffin
guilty
or
of?
I was
something.
sniffing that
I
then.
was supposed to say. Are
Well,
you
you're
guilty for
doing it
sniffing the
now.
cup?
No, I
You ever had a
don't. No,
sniff of
no.
a
So
cup?
what I do is, I look at a cup.
Mm.
I can't have. So if I go to someone's house,
Mm.
I always say, "Can you wash the knife and fork, please?" Or wash the.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Hang on.
I can't- I swear
Rewind.
to- Oh my God.
Rewind. Right. So you always say. So what do they give you? A dirty one or?
No. I just got to wash it again.
In the house.
Again.
Yeah. Or
Oh
a
my
cup.
God.
I say, "Can you rinse it out, please?"
Yeah, it's.
And do they not say that's a bit weird?
No, they just do it.
Right.
Now what I do is.
I did it at yours when you made me a coffee.
No, I
rinsed the cup
expect you
out.
to do something weird.
But it's gotten really bad now to the point where I eat off our 2-year-old's plate, like you know the baby plate.
Oh yeah.
The plastic
Right,
one.
so don't smell
because
as much.
Don't smell of anything.
Right.
So it's. I don't
Is there
know
a filter
what
you
it
can
is.
clean out or anything or?
Yeah, so he cleans the filter out. He's washed it out with
Does it help?
special aid. Yeah, when it doesn't come. If he washes it with like the dishwasher stuff,
Mm.
it doesn't smell. But if he just washes it with normal dishwasher tablets, oh my god, I can't even go in the kitchen because it stinks. So, but I always say to him, "Have you checked the plate?
Yeah.
Have you checked it? Like if he brings me any dinner or anything, I'm just." I
Does he ever
can't
lie
do
to
it.
you? Does he ever bring
Or
him
if
you
he
out
had
and
it-
you know he's not smells
Oh,
because
yeah.
you get it and you get it and you go.
Lies to me. So the other day we had a meze.
We'll love a meze, just been coffee. I'll
Yeah.
tell you about that in a bit.
A meze, like we had, call it a meze tea. It's
Mm,
just like
bit of everything.
Bit of everything.
Get
tea.
stuck in.
When we were watching a film, and well, he said the plate didn't smell, did he? It did smell.
It ponged.
What did you do?
I go like this if I can smell it near me because I've got a really good sense of smell. I go
Yeah.
just go like this.
And that's the side. If you're not happy.
I
Do you reckon,
have
would
to
you
push
blow?
it away like
do you
that.
blow or do you just
No,
subtle
just
hints?
subtly push it, and then it just gets to the point where I'm like, you got it.
can't, yeah.
I can't.
You
You
need salt
just got to take it. You've got to put it on a different plate. Like,
I get it. Do you though?
I get what you're saying, yeah. But if the food is there, I just want to eat it and forget about it.
no, I can't.
So,
because
so,
then
do you,
it's-
so, do you,
but the food's contaminated.
so then,
Like,
Yeah.
the food's
so
contaminated.
then what did you do? Did you not have tea?
No, couldn't have the tea.
'Cause it's plate smell.
contaminated.
With the
And then what
with
did
the
he
smelly
say?
plate.
You just thinks I'm crackers. He honestly thinks I'm crackers. He's just sick of all my little.
Did he eat it?
Oh yeah, he'll eat all of it, but he just thinks I'm nuts.
Always thinking Clayton. He thought that was a lovely tip.
Clayton wanted that more. Clayton was really hungry that night. He wanted to.
Yeah.
Clayton.
He just thinks I'm crackers with it all, like my mental thinking, like and
We've all
the
got our little
plate
things,
smell
yeah, we
and
have.
like.
It's good. It's a good one. That and we're
Yeah,
gonna
I like
make
that.
we're gonna make a little chart.
So
aren't
that
we?
is.
That's
what
number
we call
one.
on that
Obviously.
plate smell. Smelling plates.
Yeah, smelling plates.
Right.
Dishwasher smell. That's what it is, isn't it? Out the
It's
dishwasher.
the dishwasher smell.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I get what you mean.
And I swear, I've been to restaurants and they've had it. The dishwasher smell.
That would ruin your night, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
What,
couldn't.
did you not eat it then?
You'd have to.
I remember when I first had my little girl,
You'd have to hold your nose when you eat.
I had to eat it because I didn't want to make a scene in front of my whole family.
You know, if you hold your nose when you eat it, you can't taste it. You know
You're
that?
not
Well,
going to
the
sit
fuck's
down
this
in
got
front
to?
of-
No. If you hold your nose, I think that. Try it.
No, I'll try it in a bit.
Hold your nose
I'll
when
just-
you're eating and just put it in your mouth. I tried it, taste it. I bet you can't taste it.
I'll give it a go. But look, back in the world of boxing revenge.
Yes.
Just before we finish up, for me it's been a eye opener because I've got my daughter, and I've also.
I just get excited about stuff like this.
What you want to do? Like, there must be someone in Warrington that could franchise what you
Well,
do.
there is.
Fact.
There is.
Yeah, well,
There
when
will
we
be.
went
I'm
to
going to speak
the...
to Caroline
We're going to sort
from
it.
Let and Sell because she loves boxing. She's actually fighting in October.
Oh, wow.
And
Well, when we were at the Wellbeing Day, it was really busy, and the biggest thing, interest was with the girls with gloves. Because that is like the next generation of
yeah.
revenge. So, yeah, so it's, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Correct.
Yes.
So the more people I keep talking to, the more things I do, and,
Well, let's keep spreading the word.
we won't shut up now about this.
Because I completely buy into it. I'm sure you do.
Well, we've got equal mates for men and women.
Yeah.
And the women
I
would
know
love
loads that love it. I can think. Can you think of those now?
10
Loads.
straight like that.
Bang.
I'm telling you now, Caroline from Let and Sell, one of our sponsors, would absolutely Let and
Look, get
Sell
involved.
would absolutely get involved
And what does
because
she do?
so she that's her business. She was an estate agent. She
Yeah.
started a business with Heather.
Single mum.
Single mum, recently divorced, which she probably won't mind me saying. And
Let's hope not. I've said it.
Fucking hell. And she loves boxing. Like she's
wow.
doing a UFC fight in October.
Oh, wow.
So she loves fighting to stand in the ring in the UFC.
Yeah, it's
but
all her, yeah.
it'd be really relatable to her. So I'm sure we can obviously put you in contact with her and other
Definitely, yeah,
women
I'd
as well.
speak to her,
There's
yeah.
We know
Gloves.
hundreds of women because we coach a rugby
benefit.
team.
Yeah,
And
you know.
we've got
The
mums and
parents,
stuff.
the mums,
Yeah.
love to do stuff like this. A few of them have been on our walks just to do something different. And what you do isn't going to a male gym. It's just women.
I think that'll stop a lot of people, doesn't
Of
it?
course it is.
They don't want to be looked at. They want to be stared at by other men and whatever.
Yeah,
And whether that happens or not, I think it's that
Should we
builds
set
up
up
in
a
the
class
head.
in Warrington
Yeah.
for you? You can do it.
Can we
There's
do
a gym
it?
who
Yeah,
like a
well, I
taster
can
thing,
do
though.
like a taster, and
We will
I'm
get
more than
people
happy to do a taster, and then I can do a talk as
And
well.
Norfolk isn't far. How long did it take you to get here today?
20
Half an
minutes.
hour.
half an
Yeah, it depends
And
on
if
which
you-
side.
Well, if
You
you
used to go to.
Well, I know
you used to
those-
go to
I know
rugby
people go
shows.
fighting in Liverpool from Warrington or
Yeah.
like train in Manchester, whatever. It isn't far away. Even if you're in Warrington now, and you like the sound of it,
You're gonna
get
do
to
it.
Norfolk.
Yeah, I've had some
It's not far.
people come.
Yeah.
From Warrington.
Well, so they should. If it's going to help them,
Well, look,
empower them,
I
and
can promise you now that when we get out of this is my inner ADHD.
he's off.
There'll be people that we'll be speaking to
He's
from
off.
tonight and tomorrow,
Yes.
and we'll look at getting a taster set up over the next few
Yeah.
weeks,
I'm more than happy to come out
and we can
get
do one with
people
the younger
from
girls as well,
Great.
and obviously the women as well, and just share your story with the women. It'll
Yeah,
be great.
100%.
Just to say, escapism is what a lot of people crave,
Mm-hmm.
and the more options are out there, people talking about and sharing.
What are you doing?
You got
I've
cramp?
got cramp.
What are you doing?
I've got cramp in my hamstring.
You need to stretch it.
I know.
We're gonna go swimming soon anyway.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus in the orphans.
But look, without Tom having cramp,
I'm
we
sorry.
really appreciate, obviously,
No, we do.
you being our first guest.
Yes.
We'll,
I didn't realise that was your first guest.
Yes.
yeah,
So
first
you
guest.
said.
We've been meaning to do it for a while, and obviously time and kids and rugby work.
everything.
We've not got lost, but we're really focusing on the walks as well at the minute with
Yeah.
the nice weather. Last Friday was our record
absolutely.
number, which was 36.
Wow.
At 6 o'clock on a
in the
Friday morning.
It's a bit of an ass, but people are buying into it.
People are buying into it.
Yeah,
And
loads
get a lot
of
out of it.
people are like getting up at 6, don't they?
Well, it's just a thought while people are still sleeping, you're out. What you managed to do before 7 o'clock in the morning.
There was a
People
picture
like
that
it,
there was
don't
a
they?
group of girls came the other day. There was 2 that came the week before, and then 3 others came the week after. And there was a picture, and you seen it because you was in Greece last week. And no other person in Warrington would have been able to see the sunrise the way it did over the
gorgeous.
bridge.
Gorgeous.
And they took a selfie, and it was
Special.
It was special. It was like we've created that moment for them,
And
Yeah,
that's
that's
powerful,
really
which
isn't
was
it?
amazing.
Well
Without
done,
like,
I get emotional.
So, yeah, we have, just going back to the podcast, we've done a few podcasts that are on Spotify. This is our first studio one
With a
with
guest.
yourself, which has been a really big privilege for us because it's actually really, really inspirational. I didn't really know what to expect tonight. Just come in, like probably you did as well, and think, what do we do? But this has kind of opened my eyes that we need to keep doing more stuff
Of course
like
we do.
this.
We need guests, we need to spread the word, and
And-
amazing
and
work that
sharing
goes on.
stuff that you
I'll
do.
share it with, I know loads of people who'd love to come on. Loads
Yeah.
of people who would come on and share their story.
Let's keep talking, let's keep
Yeah.
sharing these stories and keep helping and inspiring people. Keep up the good work, Elly.
Yeah. Well,
It's fantastic.
Yeah, and you guys, you're all brilliant. I think it's amazing what you do, and men as well, because it's mainly women that talk about mental health.
Well,
and
women like
stuff.
to natter, don't they, I think?
Yeah, it just
Not all
comes-
women, obviously, but
just
some.
flows.
And, you go to the bathroom, you go to the toilet when you're on a night out and everyone's like that. Men just go in cubicle and do the thing and don't speak, head down, especially if you're at the urinal. Unless you're into that, like, but you look forward, you look down, you don't say a bloody word to anyone, you're there, you get out
Yeah.
and you walk out,
yeah,
So, yeah, we need to keep talking.
we do.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
know loads of people that would love to come on your podcast and just share their story.
We'll do it. We'll just keep doing it over the next few months. It's what we set out to do, and it's obviously
is.
we're achieving it over a short period of time. Really, we're not even 12 months old, and there's 2 purposes to the podcast. One being this, and one being the walk. So
Yeah, the walk.
we're really enjoying it ourselves. But yeah, a huge thank you for
very
coming
much, Elly.
Thank you for
Revenge
having me.
boxing. Love
Keep
it.
up to date with newly released episodes on our socials. Find us at Walk and Talk Pod on Instagram and Facebook. Listen and watch us over Spotify and YouTube. Do you have any ideas or questions for the show? Contact us at walkandtalkpod@gmail.com or drop us a message on our social media pages. You have been listening to the Walk and Talk podcast by Dave and Tom. Thank you, and we hope you have a brilliant day ahead.